What's going on, everybody? It's me. It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about what do men think about when they pull away. Okay, now if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Just click the red button below. I will love you forever. And if you want to work with yours truly, link is in the description. So, I have previous videos on will a man miss you, why men pull away, why men ignore you. I have like 450 videos pretty much about topics of men, okay? And so this might not seem any different, but it is something I want to touch on because I do think a lot of women don't look at it the same way as me or a lot of men do when I talk about why or what do men think about when they pull away, okay? So here's the thing, do men think about you when they pull away? I'm sure there's a time, or can men miss you? Sorry, it's about missing you. Can men miss you when they pull away? I'm sure there's a time, as I said, like in my other videos, there's a little ounce of regret, or he comes to the path at least where there's a fork and it's like, okay, my decision. Do I regret it or do I keep going along with it? While that's true, I really want to emphasize the fact, though, that men do not think of it, especially if he's the one who pulls away, we do not think of it as near as much as women do. I would have female clients come to me and they would talk about, well, they would ask me all the time, if he's the one who pulls away, they always say, well, what do you think he'll come back? Which I have videos on. Do you think he'll miss me? So what's he thinking? What's he thinking? And that's what kind of brought up this video. Sadly, he's not thinking much, because I always say out of sight, out of mind. There's going to be a time where I always call it like a hump, right? There's always a hump. And at first, like it's just, we'll talk about breakup, for example. Like right after a breakup is when it's the hardest. And it's going to get harder. But then it's going to have like a reverse effect. Like after so long, it starts getting easier, and then you're just over the person. Men are the same way, but I would say that's much faster if he's the one pulling away. He's going to pull away. It's going to feel like the right decision to him because his brain is in the process of making the decision to pull away. So his brain said or convinced him, yes, it's better to pull away. This is the right decision. This is the mindset you're in, so disengage. And that's what he does, okay? He disengages. But then after that, I guess after enough time of disengaging, he is going to go through the process of thinking about it. Did I make the right decision? And that's going to be a small little, in my opinion, a small little sliver of this timeline. And then after he makes that decision, a lot of the times, he just doesn't give a shit anymore, okay? Because this is the conclusion to him. Yeah, he made the right decision, then he questions it. And if, like I said, it's that fork in the road. If he doesn't, or if he regrets it, then he goes back, right? Right here, he goes back. And then if he doesn't, he keeps on going down this road. And when he's going down this road, two things happen. He starts thinking about you less and less, or liking you less and less, or something comes up later on that re-triggers it. So for example, if he left you for another girl, and him and that girl don't work out, you might resurface in his mind. Or he might sit there, be lonely and horny, and you might resurface in his mind. There's going to be triggers that remind you of him. But after that little hump or that little sliver right there, he's going to look less at you for reassurance or for filling that void, and he's just going to be back out on the market and look for it elsewhere in other women, or he's going to be searching for other women this whole entire time on Tinder, and things like that. So after so long, just to sum this up, a guy doesn't care right here because he just made a decision. He's not going to go back on it unless it was very impulsive. Then he's going to make the choice right here, and depending on that choice, which way he goes, if he goes this way, then for the most part, he's not thinking about it as much as you. He's not reminiscing on it. He's not losing sleep or dwelling on it like a lot of women are, especially if he's the one who made the decision. Now, the guys might come back around later on, but that could be a whole different story on the reason on why, or sorry, a whole other video on why he's actually pulling or coming back. He could be coming back because he wants sex, ego boost, you're easy to get, in terms of you're pre-qualified, whatever it is, okay? But for the most part, the longer time after you two talk, the more he's going to just be whatever with it and find someone new, okay? So with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.